got a date with an angel, and I'm on my way to heaven. Police radio is saying that Simpson, the passenger in the car, has a gun at his head.
My name is Larry King, and this is the premiere edition of Larry King Live.
Welcome to Larry King Live.
The first thing I noticed is my hair looked like a wig, and I have never worn a wig. I was wearing a jacket. I don't wear a jacket anymore. And those glasses were ridiculous.
We'll be back with Governor Mario Cuomo after this.
But I had a feeling that night that this show would make it. I don't know why. Mario Cuomo was the first guest. He was fantastic.
Is that allows you to be a Jew and me to be a Catholic if you choose, by letting everybody be what they are.
His first and only TV interview since being revealed as Deep Throat.
Did you like being called Deep Throat?
Well, yes. Some ways I do. I'm proud of everything Deep Throat did. Yes, I like being related to him.
You're being inappropriate.
Okay.
Okay? So
All right.
you're being
Inappropriate King Live continues. Did you hear the question? What's it like to kill someone?
It's horrible. I try not to take myself back to that night.
O.J. had written seal letters to his mother, to his children, and then wrote a letter to the public in which O.J. said, I have nothing to do with Nicole's murder. I loved her, saying goodbye to people and saying he was pretty much at the end. It certainly reads like a suicide note.
Right at midnight is when he came into the house and they cuffed him. Nothing is as historic. That's one of the great moments in television history. Moderating is easy, because all I have to do is ask good questions and keep it going. Can't let it get out of hand, yet you want it to be strife-ridden.
You should be ashamed.
Yeah, let me speak.
You should be ashamed. Now, if you want
Is he responsible for what someone else says?
Well, this same man, he stood next to him. It was his event. This same man had attacked his father.
This is an attack piece.
That is not by my campaign.
What says paid for by John McCain?
That is not by my campaign.
McCain 2000, John?
Not by my campaign.
When somebody's putting stuff out.
You're talking about something like a trickle of water coming over Niagara Falls as opposed to the gusher. You know it.
Now, you say it's your son's business,
do you guys
but
ever do anything but propaganda?
Isn't it your business also?
Would you even know the truth if you saw it?
Oh yes.
I don't believe you would. You've been up here too long.
Together for the first time ever on television, Jordan's King Hussein, Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, and PLO Chairman Yasser Arafat talk about peace in the Middle East.
The hardest setting for anyone is death to begin with.
We were all there, and Ennis was coming home. And we put the coffin in a place, and everybody's down. And everybody went to look at him. I didn't go. I don't want to see my son like I have memories.
This is the hearse, is it not?
Yes.
Standing right by us, Gary. We are right next to it. There we see the flag-draped coffin. Of course, what can you say about it was Tammy Faye Baker, and she would die the next morning. I was surprised at how bad she looked, because she was always so vivacious. And yet she still had that same Tammy Faye, here I am. If you could have people remember you for one thing, what would it be?
Oh, my eyelashes. No.
Still got that humor. I've never been kissed by a man in my life till Brando, and I got to tell you the truth, I can't stop thinking about him.
When the chapel bells ring out, gonna make him an offer he can't refuse. Darling, goodbye. Goodbye.
I had no idea he was going to do that. There was nothing like Frank. Hard to get, doesn't do interviews, but once you got him, one of the great interviews.
A good question can open up doors in my mind that I would never think of discussing with anybody. I don't mind questions that border on maybe a difficult way to answer, because I try to fight my way out of it.
The best guests are those with no disconnect between brain and mouth.
He once said, sex is God's joke on human beings.
I think it is, because during the sexual time, oh, the person is divine. There comes a day, and you look.
The day after.
And you say, what?
Betty could not have run for office. I think they come here because they know they won't be interrupted and that the host does not have an agenda. Maybe that's old-fashioned, but I like to hear what the guest has to say. I can't believe all that's happened to me.
Yeah! And push it out. No, push this out. 1, 2,
Don King, Lenny King, Chilenos, Canamanos, Bob Ziggy, and Dono e Choro.
Those were wonderful moments.